Today was a pretty good example of my mental capacity limiting me to do the weight I wanted to do. I was aiming for 5 times 5, and instead of 75, like I said I would do, I was just did 70. And I was telling myself I felt weak. I told myself there and then that I shouldn't go for 75, I should just do 70. But after watching the footage back and thinking about how I felt today while I was doing the bench, I could have done 75. Um, I gave myself the easy route, and that's not usually how I want to do things. Because if I just keep doing this, I'm not gonna get anywhere. Um, 75, 70 to 75 isn't really much at all. But when it comes to the gym, I feel like uh, maintaining a certain weight and keeping it there to let your muscles adapt usually works out pretty well in terms of progressive overload. So me dropping the weight by 5 kg and giving me giving my muscles that leg room to not relax but not push as hard as they should be. That won't lead to progression. That won't lead to results. So I wasn't really happy with today, even though um, the workout felt fine. The workout did feel good, but the reason it felt good was because I wasn't going as hard as I should have been. Um, and in the video, you can see it. You can see how easy it was. Not easy. It wasn't easy, but in terms of my form, I seemed like I could have gone heavier, and I could have definitely gone heavier. Um, so hopefully, there's not many days like this where I pity myself and tell myself, oh, you don't have to go that hard. You don't have to push as hard as you need to. It's fine. Just drop the weight. Um, as long as I'm within boundaries of not injuring myself, feel like I should always be pushing to that limit of what's the actual amount you can lift here, what's the actual amount you can press for the bench. Um, and that's not what I did today. Today I went a little easy on myself. Didn't want to do that. When I tell people I'm doing like a train every day program, they usually get a bit wary, like, oh, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Your muscles need rest and all that, which is true. Of course they do, but I feel like it can all be managed pretty well if you plan out the volume that you do in the gym. So if I'm doing 5 times 5 now, and this was not as meant to be as light. It was meant to go. I was meant to go for 75, but I didn't. But either way, like going for 5 times 5 uh, on a compound movement like the squat, like the bench press, and doing that every 3 days is actually manageable when it comes to measuring out how much your one rep max is and doing 70 to 80% of your one rep max, and sometimes 90%. And then every now and then, what I'll do is I'll actually test it. So just like the last time we did deadlifts, I tested my one rep max and I went to, what was it, 95%. I did 180 and it felt good. Um, and it's five kg off my actual one rep max. But I don't do that every 3 days. I don't push my deadlift to five kg off my one rep max every time I deadlift. I don't. Usually, what it is I'll do 5 times 5 with 140 kg. And that being said, the 140 will go to 150 soon enough because the 140 is starting to feel lighter. I'm feeling stronger in the deadlift. Feeling, my form is being, staying strict as I go up the weight. And the same thing should be, the same mentality is for bench press. If I'm benching 2 to 3 times a week, if I just do my 5 times 5 reps, take my rest and all that, and I don't do much else for chest besides flies and maybe another machine press type exercise, then doing chest 2 to 3 times a week is not a problem. Your body can adapt. Your body can deal with that stress. If you eat right, um, it can overcome whatever stuff you put it through as long as the volume is not that it's not an insane amount. That's why eating for me right now is really important. Because if I'm in the gym and I have those weights available, if I'm going to those types of weights where it's like 80, 90% of my one rep max, I need the fuel. I need the fuel for me to actually go and consistently do this day by day. Um, it's a different story when I do body weight, because if I don't have a gym close to me, I can't, do I can't do heavy weight over reps. It has to be reps, so I'll just do a lot of reps, and it takes a bit more time. But all in all, it is manageable. I think I've figured out a way to um, uh, maintain this train every day type program. I see other people do it on YouTube as well, and I feel really good. I feel amazing. I don't feel like um, I'm tired all the day because I have to go to the gym, or I have to eat an excessive amount. It's just it just feels great. It feels amazing. I have something to do every day, something to get my mind off other things and take a break. But yeah, that was the workout. Not as happy with the weight I pushed. I should have gone for 75. So I'm gonna try and remember to do that for my next chest workout in the next couple days, and we'll be back stronger. So tomorrow is gonna be deadlifts, and I think I'm gonna try 150. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.